We needed it more than you. That's what my brother-in-law Logan said, smirking across the lake house living room while the rest of the family suddenly found their coffee cups fascinating. My hands were still cold from swimming with my nieces when I opened the banking app for a routine transfer. The screen refreshed once, twice, then showed 0. 5 years of overtime, skipped vacations, every single dollar I had fought for, gone in one clean swipe. Logan raised his glass like he was toasting his own brilliance. I felt the floor tilt under me, but I didn't fall. Something inside me simply went very, very still. I'm Claire, 32, senior accountant in Portland. The one who always brought the good wine, remembered birthdays, and never asked for anything because I learned early that asking was dangerous. Growing up, our house smelled like sawdust and responsibility. My parents owned a small hardware store that barely broke even. They taught me that hard work was noble, that money was tight, and that family always came first. My little sister Mia came second in every way that mattered. While I stocked shelves after school, she took dance classes I never knew existed. When I needed braces at 13, Mom said we'd have to wait. 2 months later, Mia got Invisalign because appearance matters for her confidence. I smiled with metal in my mouth for 3 years and told myself it was fine. At 16, I saved for a used Civic so I could stop taking the bus in the rain. Dad said, "You're responsible enough to manage." Mia turned 16 and a brand new Mini Cooper appeared with a bow on it. I clapped at the party while rain soaked through my hoodie on the walk home. I paid for my own college, graduated top 5%, moved to Portland with 2 suitcases and a negative bank balance. Every promotion, every bonus, every time I said no to drinks with friends so I could pick up an extra shift, I poured it into that savings account. $187,000, my safety net, my future house, my proof that I had escaped the gravity of being the one who always managed. Mia met Logan when she was 12. He swept in with a loud laugh and expensive watches and convinced my parents he was going places. Within a year, they were married. Within 2 years, Mia stopped working because someone needed to manage the lifestyle. I noticed how her eyes dulled when he spoke for her, how she flinched when he raised his voice. But every time I asked, she said, "He just wants the best for us." The family reunion at Uncle Robert's lake house was supposed to be healing. I flew in early, arms full of groceries, ready to play favorite aunt. The first night felt almost normal. Kids shrieking in the water, Mom's potato salad, Dad's terrible jokes. Then I noticed my laptop had moved 2 inches on the dresser. The charging port was warm, browser history wiped clean. I told myself I was paranoid. Saturday morning, I tried to pay a vendor for my side consulting gig. Payment declined. Insufficient funds. My stomach dropped so fast I had to sit on the dock so I wouldn't faint into the lake. When the app finally loaded, the balance read $0. One transfer, $187,000. Timestamp 2:14 a.m. from inside the house. I walked inside like a ghost. The kitchen smelled like bacon and normalcy. Everyone was laughing. Only 2 people didn't look surprised. Mia stared into her coffee. Logan leaned back in his chair, arms crossed, smirk sharp enough to cut glass. I held up my phone. My money's gone. Gasps. Murmurs. Aunt Linda clutched her pearls. Uncle Robert stood. Gone. Transferred out last night. Every cent. Silence thick enough to choke on. I looked straight at Logan. "You were near my laptop yesterday." Mia's head snapped up. Logan laughed. Short, cold, perfect. "Maybe check with your little side hustle clients, Claire. Or maybe you just don't know how money works." I didn't raise my voice. "Show me your phone statements then." "If you're so innocent," his smirk twitched, "I don't owe you proof." Then he leaned forward and delivered the line that ended everything. "We needed it more than you." The room exploded. Shouts, disbelief. Someone dropped a mug. I didn't hear any of it. I just felt the last thread snap. I walked out to the porch, legs shaking, and did the thing I swore I would never do. I called the Portland PD non-emergency line and reported felony theft. Then I opened the security app I had installed after a phishing scare 6 months earlier. The one that silently photographed anyone who opened my laptop and emailed the images to a private folder. 3 clear shots. Logan at 2:11 a.m., screen glow on his face, typing my passwords like he'd practiced. I forwarded everything to Detective Core with a single line. Family reunion theft. Evidence attached. The next 4 hours were a slow-motion car crash. Police arrived in 2 unmarked cars. Quiet, professional. Logan tried to laugh it off until they asked him to step outside. Mia cried so hard she couldn't breathe. Mom kept repeating, "There's been a misunderstanding." Dad looked like someone had punched him in the soul. They found my money in an offshore account Logan opened the week before. He had planned to move it again Monday morning. The detective read him his rights on the gravel driveway while the kids watched from the window, confused and terrified. Handcuffs clicked, real metal, real sound. Logan's face went gray when he realized this wasn't a bluff. Mia collapsed on the porch steps. I didn't know he took that much, she sobbed. He said he was borrowing. I looked at her and felt nothing but exhaustion. He said a lot of things. They took Logan in the back of a cruiser. The lake house went dead quiet. Mom tried to hug me. I stepped back. Dad opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. Nothing came out. I flew home that night. The money was frozen, then returned within 9 days minus the wire fees. Logan now owes me in restitution. He took a plea, 18 months probation, permanent felony record, and a restraining order I didn't even have to ask for. Mia filed for divorce 36 hours later. She's living with me now, sleeping on my couch, going to therapy 3 times a week, learning what accountability feels like when no one is there to catch you. Some nights she cries in the bathroom so I won't hear. I pretend I don't. I still have the same job, the same apartment, the same rescue dog who greets me like I'm the only good thing in the world. My savings account is climbing again, slower this time. But every deposit feels like breathing. Logan sends letters from whatever program he's in now. I don't open them. Mia reads them sometimes, then burns them in the sink. The lake house was sold last month. Mom and Dad are downsizing, quietly, without the big family gatherings they used to love. They call on Sundays. I let it go to voicemail. I kept one photo from that reunion. All of us on the dock at sunset, smiling like nothing was wrong yet. I look at it sometimes when the guilt creeps in. Then I remember Logan's smirk and the sound of handcuffs, and I put the photo away. Justice didn't feel like fireworks. It felt like the first full breath after years underwater. If you've ever had someone look you in the eye and take what was yours because they decided they mattered more, I see you. Tell me where you're watching from. Drop your city, your story. The moment you finally stopped letting them. We're healing out loud here, and you're not alone. Stay for the next one.